What's up again? Good morning sa inyo dito sa Estados Unidos. Napag-good morning ako pero good evening na pala. Good evening dyan sa Pilipinas and welcome. Siyempre kahit sa parte ng mundo, di ko alam kung anong day na ba. Pero yun nga, and welcome to the Lions Podcast and we are now on episode 9. And we are back. Last 2 weeks ata, hindi tayo nakapag-podcast. And today we have our very special episodes coming up. And today is starting the Living in Japan series. I hope na magustuhan niyo tong series ito and napaghandaan naman kahit papaano itong series just to get information about the land of the rising sun. And that is Japan. Ako ang mga kasama nyo. Ako si Jay o ako si Fer sa mga nakakilala sa akin. And yun na. Happenings muna tayo from around the world. So, ano ba? Start muna tayo sa sarili ko. Then, nagkakuha na ako ng second shot of the vaccine from Pfizer. And yun, nagkalagnat ako after ng second shot. Di ko na-expect na magkakalagnat ako after. Akala ko parang normal na the first shot na mabigat lang sa kamay. Pero yun, it's different. Different attack pala yun. Kaya, yun. Nagkalagnat at 2 days. Almost 3 days ako nilagnat. Yung feeling mo na sobrang bigat pero hindi nag-reflect dun sa dun sa thermometer mo. So weird. It's weird. Ano pa ba? And the world of sports, nag-start na yung NBA playoffs the last few weeks. Yun nga, huli na sa balita pero laglag na ang Lakers. And second round is coming up. Suns and Nuggets up to 3-0. Which good for Chris Paul and the team. Tapos 2-0 naman sa Utah and the Clippers. Tapos ano pa ba? Brooklyn and Bucks, the anticipated matchup of the 2021 playoffs is up to 2-1 dahil sa napakagaling na play ni Bruce Brown. And hindi natin masisisi. Open naman siya. And lastly is the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks with the 1-2 or 2-1 lead. 76ers leading the series. And yun na nga. And start na tayo to introduce our very next guest. And right now, he is currently working in Japan. He is the epitome of fashion sa aming grupo. Napaka ano nito. Ewan ko, iba yung niya, iba yung atake niya when it comes to fashion. He looks good every single time. You can see his Instagram, his Facebook account, pati yung baka cameras na the film. Pucha, he can make it beautiful as fuck. So, ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this moment is none other than Ralph Cabañeros. Good
Hi,
evening to you, sir.
hi, good evening. And in your place, I think it's already in morning. So good morning. That's
Yes.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Ohayo
In it,
gozaimashita!
yeah, yeah. It should be massive, but yeah.
Okay. How
Ohio
do you
gozaimasu.
say
Yeah.
in good evening?
It's konbanwa.
Konbawa. Konbawa
Yeah, konbanwa.
Rarufu-san.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. That's the thing. When I first came here, I find it hard to pronounce my name because the Japanese people can't say the letter L, so they call me Rarufu. So not
Ah.
Rarufu, yeah, Rarufu. And some the older people they cannot say F, so
Oh,
it's Raruhu. So Raruhu, so
so
Raruhu-san, Raruhu.
H. So it's an
Yeah,
H
yeah,
instead of an F.
F, yeah. But some of the younger generation they can say it like Rarufu,
Mm-hmm.
Raruhu. Yeah, I got used to it, so it's fine. You can
Ah.
call me whatever at this point. Yeah.
Siyempre,
Mhm.
iba yung it's a different nation. No, it's not
Yeah.
the Western
Hmm.
colony side of things na
Yeah.
every word, every letter can pronounce. So wait, ito si
Yeah.
Janet nag-comment, oy, miss you both. Miss you din, Miss Janet
Yeah.
Ardeen.
I miss you
And
too.
congratulations to your second
Second
baby.
baby.
Second baby ba? I think it's a second baby. Pero di natin alam na nagbubuntis na pala to nung pandemic. Nung
Yeah.
nagpo-post siya
Uh,
ng mga pictures niya, kala ko normal na.
I would like to say hi din sa mga kabatch ko back in high school.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are pregnant now, and hi to them. Matagal pa ako. I don't think na I will have a
Me
baby
too,
soon.
bro. Me too.
A
It's a
baby mama
different
maybe. I don't
beast.
know.
It will come.
Yeah,
It will come. Hindi naman yun
it will
na ano,
come.
hindi it's not a race na paunahan.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, we are
Uh,
all hoping to get our baby boy and baby girl soon enough. And kamusta pare in terms of how you live right now?
um, that's a very vast question, but for me to answer it in my own perspective, I think I am living way comfy than I
Mhm.
used to back in the Philippines because I didn't have the privilege to live comfortably because I grew up in a very poor, not very poor, but a poor family, so to
Mhm.
say. But I think that I'm still in culture shock. I've been here for 1.5 year already, but there are a lot of things that I cannot understand yet because that's that's not my upbringing. My parents or how the Filipino people see Japan in for example, in the media. But
Mhm.
when I went here, when I first came here, I always thought that there will be a lot of anime people
I love
or many people
otakus.
that yeah otakus so kunyari sa mga trend yung mga naka-costume,
Nag-cosplay.
but yeah mga cosplay. But I'm telling you this, I have never in my whole stay in Kyoto City, I haven't come across with someone like that, which is very, yeah, it's very surprising that I haven't seen anything like it.
Mhm.
But maybe it depends on the city. Maybe if I'm in Tokyo, the
Maybe.
biggest capital of the world, maybe yeah. There are
Mhm.
some sections. I've heard that there are some sections or wards in that city that there's like a specialized fashion district or anime district.
Oh.
And also, the one thing that I was very surprised about is how they say anime. Kasi nung bago pa ako, sabi ko, anime, do you watch anime? So, what's anime? What's anime? They pronounce it differently. It's anime.
Anime.
So that anime, yeah, because yeah, that's in katakana in their native
Eh,
writing or saying.
okay.
Yeah, so anime, it's not anime. So they kind of get the gist of what I'm saying when I say anime, but
They
they
try to
always say that
correct
it's
you.
they yeah, but in the most humble way,
Uh-huh.
not in a
Parang
condescending
what
way
do you
where
say? What
yeah,
parang
diba?
Para pinapaulit
That's
just to hear if they were correct
mhm,
that is wrong. Na
yeah,
parang, oh, mali yan. Ito yung tamang
yeah.
pronunciation. Okay.
That's the good thing. That's the one thing that I really love about Japanese people. They don't like correcting things in a harsh manner. They
Mhm.
always correct you in a way that you will not be offended. Parang sinasabi lang nila, no, that's not how it is. But they will politely tell you that this is how you construct a proper Japanese sentence or how you say the kotoba. Kotoba means word. So yeah,
Oh,
kotoba. Yeah.
lupit. Okay, so right now you're living your life to the fullest. Can you tell us the preparation coming into Japan?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. For preparing, you need to be mentally prepared, or you need to, that's what they say, ganbatte. You should do your best and
Mm.
don't quit easily because there are a lot of what do you call this? Requirements.
Mhm.
because, for example, when I used to apply in different, or maybe in school, different things, you need your birth certificate or your baptismal certificate, all those things. They needed to be translated into Japanese, so you need to pay
Oh
another amount
no.
for that. Yeah, you need to find someone who will translate it, so that people in the embassy can understand if you are a legitimate person, or are you an
Wow.
alien, are you from Uranus, or are you from Neptune or something. So you need to
Now
prepare for
that's
those things.
different because
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off, pero kasi it's the first thing I've heard that you have to translate all of your things to them. It's not them
Hmm.
adjusting to you.
Yeah. The reason behind that is the Japanese people, like, only less than 10% can understand English, and in
Mm,
their curriculum, especially the older people, or the in the 30s, they don't they don't have English in their curriculum growing up or in high school. And pero yung mga ngayon, mga bago na, meron ng
they
English.
have.
So they have to keep up with the society, or with the Western world,
Mm,
different cultures, yeah. Because they have their kind of mentality that, like, Japan is not really like, Japan is all they need.
okay.
Another thing why you notice that there are not a lot of people in Japan that travels around the world for fun. Kasi ang daming mga bagay dito na makikita mo rin sa ibang bansa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ito, share ko lang. One of my friend told me that there's a, like, the Paris syndrome, or the French syndrome
Mm-hmm.
in Japanese. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology, but isa siyang parang depressive condition, where some Japanese people go to France because they thought it was beautiful, but they ended up, like,
No.
kay Joshua, kay Ano ko nalaman to,
Ah,
kasi
talaga?
yeah. So kinuwento niya sa akin. So meron din yung mga Japanese people na nagtra-travel in France, and then they will end up disappointed because it's very
Not.
dirty and something like that. Yeah, because they were fed up with the different, like, trash and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So they ended up like, why did I come here? Parang it's much
It's
beautiful in my country.
trash.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm not saying this for anyone or for everyone na pupunta doon, or
Okay.
it's like a
Not to
phenomena.
bash.
Yeah. I said there are a lot of things that some people might think na hindi beautiful, or some people might think na hindi ganun kaganda, but on other people, they find the beauty within it, and I appreciate those kind of people. Pero it's not a generalized term. I might be wrong. This is,
Siguro kasi tol, isa rin sa upbringing from the Japanese that they want it to be clean, they want it to be look beautiful
yeah.
in a way. So siguro if they come to other places and they see trash all over the place and they turn
Mhm.
off easily because yeah, it's
Yes,
our
exactly.
upbringing. It's our upbringing na we
Mm.
should take the trash and put it into the trash can. And
Yeah.
if they saw that it's trash everywhere, like bruh, it's
Bro,
not. Yeah,
that's
it's
not it.
not right. Yeah, it's not the dream place that I come to. Like,
Mm-mm.
like That continue, bro.
Mm. And also, there's a history of Japan naging close countries, so they close up their borders, maybe way in ancient times, so they can focus on their cultural improvements, so
Mhm.
they won't be dependent. For example, in the Philippines, we became colonized
France.
by others. Yeah. So nag-iba yung religion and stuff. So there are parts of the Philippines na wala masyadong na natira as an heritage. Parang, 'di
Yeah,
ba, medyo Americanized na how people talk, how people sing, how people
exactly.
see things. And that's the thing that Japan prevented in the ancient times. So kaya marami pa rin mga temples dito, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is purely my opinion. I might be wrong. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's all good kasi yan yung nakikita mo so far. That's the
Mm,
experience you want to share. It's
yeah,
not
that's
that
my
you're
bird's eye
uh
view. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's not like you're making up things, not hallucinating on shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is the experience that you got. Now, my second question is why Japan?
That's amazing. That's an amazing question. Because okay, I hope everyone is ready to hear this. But back in 2018, I went through a very harsh breakup.
Mm-hmm.
It's very dark, one of the darkest days of my life. And hindi ko talaga pinlano na pumunta sa Japan. But I like the country growing up because may nanonood ako lagi sa mga, hindi ko lang kung anong channel yun eh. May mga palabas ba na parang pinopromote na yung Japanese culture, and I find it very amusing. But it never came to mind na dito ako pupunta, mag-aaral, mag-tatrabaho or something. So, nung mga panahon na yun, parang yun nga, yung I went through a very bad breakup to the point na I got depressed and all that stuff. So, I wanted to go out of the country. I tried to go out of the city that I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Mga ganun, nagsimula ako sa ganun. And also sa Manila, parang ayaw ko dito tumira kasi the train, Jollibee, it all reminds me of her. Di ba mga ganun?
Oh,
So parang,
okay.
it's very stressing. But I don't blame the person. I don't blame her. I mean, I won't say that it's a mutual breakup.
Break up.
Yeah, but she didn't do me wrong in any way. So enough of that. So I went through a breakup. So I want to see different things. And the first, I googled something. Nag-google ako, sabi ko, um, country with the nicest citizens. So lumabas dun, of course, Canada,
Mm-hmm.
US, Netherlands. So no, I mean not US, Canada, Netherlands, and Japan. Yeah. So nag-apply ako noon una sa Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get in kasi wala akong experience. And then I tried and tried and tried, and I ended up in Japan. Yay!
Oh, okay. So you tried different countries first before it's not
Yeah.
the first option that
Yeah.
Japan is a good place. I should go there. It's not that.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah. Yeah.
tried different countries with different works just to get
Mm.
into that country. And then you
Yeah,
apply
and
go.
also I looked for student options as well,
Ah, okay.
but I don't have the money, so I try to lend. Nangutang muna ako sa mga, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all the struggles. I did it for myself. I didn't ask for help for
Mm-hmm.
hindi kasi linawin ko lang, I don't have any inheritance na hindi yung parents ko wala dito, hindi sila nagkatrabaho dito kaya nakapunta ako dito. No, it's not like that. I did it not to brag, or I don't want to sound like an arrogant person, but I did this solely uh all by myself. So
You
that's
should
it.
be proud because you doing it all yourself. Hindi naman
Mm-hmm.
it's not to brag, but you have to be
Mm-hmm.
confident that you stepped into a
Yeah.
milestone that not everyone can do. Kasi syempre in a world, if we admit it, it's not fair. For the world it is not fair.
Yeah.
There's some struggles that we cannot do. There are some experience that we want to live about, and some of us we cannot do it. Kahit na pinush natin ang pinush, and some of us were lucky enough to go out into our mother home, even though that it is struggling right now. But yeah, pare, ano yan, we should be confident more and
Yeah.
more. The question, ano ba yan? Uh, di ba sabi, balik lang tayo dun sa preparation mo. So, since you're preparing, sabi mo, you had to have yung mga certificates mo have to be translated. Eh, ikaw,
Mhm.
in terms of the language itself, how do you prepare yourself?
Japanese is one of the hardest language to learn ever. I swear. Kasi kahit i-search mo pa sa internet na I think pinakamahirap ata is Mandarin or maybe Saudi Arabian. But
Mhm.
Japanese comes within the top 5, and sobrang hirap. You need to learn around 1,200 characters at least just for you to read their newspaper. Yeah.
1,200
And
characters.
characters ka, hindi siya words, ah. Characters. Bro. I mean, imagine that, di ba? It's called
Sa atin nga,
kanji.
27 letters lang eh.
Oo, di ba?
Tapos eto,
So, ano pa lang yun, 1,200, di ba? Ano pa lang, basic pa lang yun.
Pwede
So,
lang
in
yun.
order, kasi I think there's around 10,000 kanji available.
Ah!
And even the Japanese natives, they don't know lahat.
Specifics.
Hindi nila,
Yeah.
yung mga pinakamahirap na isulat or basahin, hindi nila kayang sulatin yun kasi ang dami nga kasi talaga eh.
Ito, ano, kala ko naman tol, baka sila rin, alam na rin 10,000 na yan, baka pagsasampal. Tapos ikaw,
Oo, di
hindi,
ba?
sasampal sa utak mo lahat yun. Grabe.
So
Okay,
I find
continue
it
bro.
very hard. I find it very hard to learn the Japanese language, especially that if you have a lot on your mind going on
Mhm.
about the future. Kasi, di ba, what comes next? What will happen? What if am I happy? Yeah, di
Mhm.
ba? Am I doing well? Am I progressing? There are a lot of questions that you wake up to every day, and I want to overcome that, parang little by little. And the one thing that makes you stay in Japan is you need to learn the language because that's how it is. Even if may mga ano dito, may mga kunyari mga trabaho na even though na di ka marunong, like wala kang experience, but as long as you can speak the language, then you can get in.
Wow.
hmm Yeah,
That's,
there's the pamphlet para sa ano kunyari sa 7-Eleven, it's called Konbini. Meron dun parang isang booklet na parang punong-puno siya ng ano job openings. So there's a lot
oh,
na
pwede kang
opportunity in this
pumunta.
activity component as long as you
Your
know
legal.
the language.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know the language. Pero, the preparation before, did you do something like you do schools or is it like nag-ano ka lang talaga, self-study or on your own?
I studied Japanese for 2 months, I think, in the Philippines.
Mhm.
Kaso di masyado siya nagstay. And then when I went here, I studied another 1 month of pure language and
Training.
culture training
Uh-huh.
for 1 month in Osaka.
Mm.
So that's 1 month only, yeah. So a total of 3 months. Two months in the Philippines and 1 month in Osaka. So Osaka is a very close place. It's one of
Mhm.
my favorite places in Japan because the people there are very lively
In,
in comparison to Kyoto. Kasi
uh,
medyo ano dito mga sige.
if hindi kung pwede lang matanong is how much would you cost uh learning in Japan? So yung language, how
Oh,
much? If you
mm-hmm.
don't mind
Okay.
sharing it to us.
Yeah, there are different there are ways na pwede ka mag-aral through university, maybe.
Pero yung
Pwedeng
ano, yung
language
language
school.
mo. Aha. Yung sa'yo,
Yeah. Um,
how much did it cost?
it was provided by my company, but
Oh,
yeah.
pero alam mo kung
I think mga siguro per month, mga siguro 40,000 pesos, I think. I'm not sure.
oh,
Mga ganun, I might be wrong.
but yeah,
Pero,
it's a huge amount.
mhm. And kung may gustong another ticket to Japan, if you want to live and study here, you need to you can go to a language school so that you can learn the language, and then habang nag-language school ka for 4 hours per day, you can have it's called arubaito. Arubaito is part-time job. So part-time
Mhm.
job. So you can earn while you study. But the
Pwede.
thing is, yung medyo mahirap siya if you're not really pursued to do it.
Mhm.
Kasi the rent first and foremost is the most, I think, nakakagagong bayad
Presyo,
kasi
no?
ang mahal. Oo, di ba? The rent here, it's like you're living in isang room. I think it's around siguro kamurahan. If you want to have a room for yourself na parang comfy ka and yung hindi ka problema about the neighbors or something, maybe you need to prepare around 40,000 pesos per month, or maybe 30 or 20 or 20,000 pesos per month. Maganda lang kasi walang ano walang ano yun, walang based sa mga friends ko na nakilala ko from other countries na nagre-rent sila dito. Walang ano, 'di ba sa atin merong ano, 3 months deposit. Mga ganun.
Oh, yeah.
Dito
Three
wala
months
nun eh.
deposit,
Yeah.
2 months advance, mga ganyan.
Imagine if you will pay for that dito. Tapos,
100,000 agad
tapos,
yung kakash in mo.
tapos, tapos ano ka, nahuli ka and dineport ka, no, sayang yung pera mo kasi nahuli kung, kunyari, nahuli ka nagmamariwan sa labas. Kasi di,
Nakita. Lahat
di
ng
ba?
efforts mo na sayang in just
Oo,
one snap.
pati yung bayad, oh. Hassle yun.
Ay, inahasal. Pero yun, you've now learned a little bit of language. How do you
Mm.
apply, or what was the preparation in applying it uh, in speaking
Or I was
or in...
checking. Mm. Mm. Okay.
So, okay, so
Preparation.
what was the preparation now in speaking? Kasi learning the
Oh.
language is one thing. Writing the language is the other thing. But speaking the language itself, what was the preparation?
Yeah. Kung irarank ko sila, I think pinakamahirap is the writing.
Okay.
Pero pag preparation, okay, sabihin ko lang, I make it short and simple. You need to learn hiragana and katakana. So para siya yung mga character system ng Japan. So para siyang A, B, C, D, A. Pero hindi siya A, E, I, O, U yung vowels. You need to read it like A, I, U, E, O. So medyo baligtad. Yeah, A, I, U, E, O. Kaya nga minsan, di ko nabubulol na ako sa
I,
E, I, O, U. Yeah.
exactly.
Nabubulol na ako. Nasanay na ako ng A, I, U, E, O eh. Kasi ganun dito eh. A, I, U, E, O, kake, kiku, kake, kiko. So you need to learn hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So
Wow.
that's like the foundation of you learning the language. You need to write it first, and the learn the basics as most things do, di ba? I'm sorry, let me just fix it.
Okay, before we go on to another question, tingin mo tayo sa comment. Sabi dito ni Janet ulit, the pandemic babies daw. Yung naganap daw is the pandemic babies. Tapos sabi ni James Joshua de la Cruz, bakit walang
Mhm.
alak pre? Sabi niya gano'n. Ready nyo na alak,
Oh.
all the way na ako.
Ah,
Okay,
are
papakita
you?
tayo.
Do you want me to?
Puno ng stock yan, si Ralph, pre. Puno ng stock yan. Oh,
Hold up.
nasa cabinet lang.
Ayun, kalapit na tama ko eh.
Jack Daniels, JD, the
Nasa,
Tennesseans.
there are times na naging alcoholic ako kasi just to cope up with things. So yeah,
Damn.
I'll drink it straight from the bottle.
Oh shit! Shot. Hey!
Oh yeah, kanpai.
Kampai, senpai. Pero
Okay.
it's one thing. I've heard that most of the Japanese people were not to say alcoholic, but they love alcoholic beverages.
Oh yeah, there's a reason for that. Ang gaganda ng mga tanong mo, saktong-sakto eh. Kasi
Okay, go.
natanong ko to sa mga friends ko rin na nakilala. Yung minsan nakikita mo, mga Japanese salaryman or mga Japanese person na pagkatapos ng work may mga hawak na beer. Pero hindi naman sila naggagalas na parang lasing gano'n.
Mm-hmm.
Nasanay lang sila na every single day they drink beer or any kind of booze for them to relieve the stress. Parang, because it's very stressful and that's their way of having that kind of celebration of life maybe, or their efforts for the day that they've gone through, di ba? So I understand where they're coming from kasi napaka-stressful ng working environment in Japan. In comparison to other country, I think Japan has the most, maraming nag-overtime every single day. So,
since we're now in work, can you tell us the difference first from PH to Japan, the workplace itself?
oh yeah, cool. Yung mga Japanese people, they always find the time like the time stress or yung time mismo in general, in idea, na it's the most uh, important thing when it comes to work or maybe in life itself. And dapat marami kang magawa. You need to be productive and you need to perfect anything. I'm
Mm,
not saying this in a light manner. I really mean it. Now you need to perfect your task before you go home. That is why some Japanese people, they work for 12 hours a day or
wow.
more than that just to perfect their craft or just to maybe just to pass the time because it's maybe their home is not that happy or maybe it's depressing them rather than in work doing their own thing. May mga
Mhm.
ganun eh. I cannot tell for everybody, but based on what I heard, may mga Japanese na they use their working skills or their work itself, their jobs as their outlet, so that they will have their life going, to keep up
Mm,
with
yeah.
themselves. Yeah.
Kasi yun din ang isa sa mga na kwento sa akin in Japan is most of the people there were uh, pushing to their limits as always. Hindi sila nagbe-base lang sa parang okay na yan. Pwede na yan. Hindi sila
Right.
ganong tao. They were always on top of their game every single day. And they do not take day offs.
On point. Yes.
Kasi pag nag-day off ka, it's a burden for the other people that will take on your task.
Mm,
So they
mm.
were thinking na
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
hindi ka pwede mag-day off kasi you have to think of others as well na magkukuha ng task mo. Kasi sa atin, in reality, we just take the day
Mhm.
off. We just say to the person na, oh, sige, ingat ka. Ingat on your trip, ingat on your lakad. Sige, kami na magko-cover up. And pagbalik naman nung tao, minsan wala pang dala, wala pang gifts to return. But in Japanese, there's a custom that if you go out, you have to give something in
Mm,
return for them
mhm.
thanking them that they take their jobs for you.
You answered it very concise. Parang tama-tama. Parang
I don't
I don't
know.
know if I have something to add from it. Parang wala. Yun nga on point yung
Pero ikaw,
how you
tol,
said.
did you take
Mhm.
your time like a day off before or in your
Yeah,
work
yeah.
right
I do.
now?
I do. Yeah, I do.
So
I do.
what's the experience? Did you give something or what?
Actually, yung mm, sa in this COVID situation, I only work three 3 days a week,
Wow.
maximum of four. Yeah,
But is it a
pero
12-hour situation?
most most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
So ang ginawa parang to
Cover
manage the
40-hour
the
work week.
COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi na kami masyado nagpa-follow din eh kasi the company thinks that health is priority, and if
Yes.
lagi akong mag-work parang
It's not
I'm not
worth it. Uh-huh.
mhm, mhm. And
To
yung
risk the
COVID
person.
nga. Mm. So I think ano okay yung work environment ko at least simula na
Okay.
nagka-COVID kasi nabawasan yung mga work days eh. So
Uh
yay for that. Yeah.
did the Japanese government like saying that kailangan yung magpabakuna or is it your own decisions?
Ah, for that, wala ako masyadong news. I don't read the news
Okay.
talaga. Yeah,
Okay. Got you.
pero I think nababasa ko sa internet na parang they're prioritizing the old people kasi most of the people here in Japan, maybe 60% to 70%, they are old people.
Old already.
So ngayon, di pa nga ako vaccinated kasi they prioritize the old people eh. I think I will be
Pero
vaccinated by maybe by August.
I mean there are parang narinig mo na ba na parang sinasabi nila na oh kailangan nyo. Hindi sa pilitan ba or kasi in
Mm.
this dito sa US hindi sa pilitan but they're encouraging
Ah,
people to get vaccinated. sa Pilipinas, I think di ko alam kung sapilitan or uh, encouraging din ata.
Mm,
Pero I think one country, I don't know what it is, that
mm,
they are sapilitan yung pag
strictly
strictly
pro.
talagang kailangan
Yeah.
lahat mabavaccinated.
Mm,
Walang
mm,
ifs, walang buts, walang ayaw mo.
mm,
Kailangan
mm.
meron. So sa inyo ba
Which is
diyan,
good, I think.
but sa
Mm.
Japan ba, do you think that they were enforcing that rule or they were just encouraging people to get vaccinated?
I think they're just encouraging people. Kaso, may nakausap kasi ako shout out to my friend, Mayumi. Sabi niya sa akin, in Filipino language, I don't know how to say it in Japanese, pero sabi niya, kayo na lang mag-vaccine. I'm not interested, parang ganun. As
Okay.
long as lahat ng nakapaligid sa akin
Vaccinated na.
vaccinated, I don't need to. Parang, at first, I was like, hold on, are you hearing what you're saying? Parang,
Oh,
I
kasi
think, parang, I don't want to disagree, but it's her opinion, but
uh,
I think it's better if everyone will be vaccinated. That's my 2 cents. Parang,
in mind naman kasi ang take ko diyan, hindi kasi yung vaccination hindi siya prevention eh. I mean, in the term of the
mm,
vaccination, in the word of vaccination, hindi naman siya yung pag nagka COVID vaccine ka na hindi ka na magkaka-COVID. That's a
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
interpretation. Ang tamang
I know.
interpretation diyan kasi is you're not getting a severe COVID-19 virus. So if
Mm,
you get a
mm,
COVID-19 virus, it's just like a flu na parang magkakalagnat ka lang. And it's not like yung parang naka-hospital ka, ba nakita mo sa Pilipinas na naka-hospital, naka-oxygen, lahat-lahat na. It's because of the
mm,
severeness of the virus. So pag
I know.
nagka-vaccine ka, hindi ka na tatamaan ng
Yeah,
sobrang virus na yun.
that's the same thing na nangyari when polio vaccine was introduced to the world, diba? And
Mm,
in the first doses, parang ano people are very skeptic what will be
the
the outcome, parang
outcome.
ganun. But hanggang sa tumagal, so years and years went by. 'Di ba parang naging ano na siya, parang naging staple na you need to be vaccinated
Mm,
parang ganun to prevent. So maybe it will happen the same way, parang
yeah. Kasi
mm,
nasa first run pa lang tayo ng vaccine eh. And it
yeah.
would not be a perfect vaccine all over. Kasi hindi naman agad-agad na pag sinabi niyang, take the vaccine so para hindi ka na magka COVID-19. No, that's not the thing. The thing is you need to get a vaccine para hindi ka na magka-severe COVID
Yeah.
virus. And okay, so we move on from that. And okay, so saan tayo? Diba
Yeah, it's a very
vague?
dividing topic. Yeah,
It's a
very
vague.
vast.
Hindi na siya nandun sa ano natin, sa mismong
Mm.
episode natin. Okay. So right now, since you're working in like a COVID situation, what does the company stands or what was the company giving to you?
Oh yeah. Kauna-una na naalala ko is the national government. So that means Mr. Suga. I no. Iba pa yung president or prime minister before. So ano pa yun?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name. Basta nagbigay siya ng ng free mask to every
Mm-hmm.
household. So yung mga ginawa pa lang. And another thing, yun yung parang mas relaxed working environment. Parang hindi mo na kailangan pumunta ng office every day. Ang ganun. Parang babawasan yung mga work days
Mm-hmm.
mo. But at the same time, you will still get paid.
Ah,
Parang yun, I think, yeah. And they're giving, ay, ito pa, yung ayuda. Binigyan
mm-hmm.
kami ng 100,000 yan every single
Sarap.
person. Oh, binigyan kami. Parang, kahit, kahit student ka or kahit iba yung nationality, as long as you're in the Japanese soil, you will get the
Wow.
100,000. Yeah.
Wow.
I was really surprised by that kasi this is nice. Parang,
Kasi
let's go
kahit
sana.
dito, they're giving this
Mhm.
the
The stimulus,
ayuda,
yeah.
the stimulus. Pero I'm not expecting that because yun nga, hindi ka naman American or hindi ka naman Japanese people to get
Mm-mm.
to get those
Doon nga
luxurious
nagulat eh.
things. Yeah, ako
Mm.
rin. I was surprised that tayo na may puso pala ang gobyerno.
Pero syempre nung mabait akong tao. So when I got when I get the 100,000, Yan, pinadala ko sa mama ko kasi bibili daw kami ng lupa. So, binili ako sa lupa para parang
Oh,
taniman
that's
something. Yeah, yeah.
nice. That's
So,
nice.
nagkaroon ng fruit agad. Ay, parang di man lang nagtagal sa akin ng 3 days yung pera. So,
At least, no, that's an investment.
yeah.
That's an investment
Mm,
because meron ka ng imbis
mm,
na binili mo na siya sa ibang bagay, at least you got it from your parents to have them like a taniman. It's an investment kasi lupa yan eh. It grows.
mm.
It grows in times if you wanted to sell it to other people. And sabi nga ni Jessica, virtual inuman. Hindi ako makainom loads kasi umaga pa lang dito. Alas 7 pa lang eh. Tutubig na lang
Ah,
muna ako. Shot tayo.
ah, so tayo. Shot. Pinag-inom din sa Pinas yun. Cheska?
Mm-mm. Tubig lang kailangan ko dito. Cheska, good evening sa tsaka si James, tsaka si Janet. And sa lahat sa mga nanonood ngayon, if you have questions for Ralph about working in
Mm,
Japan, please comment down below so we can talk about it. And especially kung meron pa kayong ibang katanungan about traveling, I'm
mm.
sure Ralph can cope up with that and give you the
Yeah.
perfect answer to your situation.
Gusto ko
And go.
mag-shoutout lang sa mga gustong mag-visit, punta kayo ng Kyoto or Kansai area, just hit me up. Sa mga Facebook friends ko dyan, I need a friend, I need a Filipino friend. Parang gusto ko may mag-visit sa akin one day. Maybe
Yeah.
if the borders open
Sure. And
here.
kahit ako, I wanted to visit Japan myself and for traveling. I don't want to, yung a touring kasi 'di ba may mga ganun, may mga touring
Uh,
tawag lang travel parang
touring
tour
people.
travel
Yeah,
travel
yeah,
and
yeah.
tours mga ganun na parang
Mhm.
specific lang yung pupunta mo. I wanted to be freely roaming around.
Personalized, yeah.
Uh,
That's what I'm here for, di ba? If someone will go here
May
in
mga
Japan, I will be
tropa-tropa
the
tayo
one.
dyan sa Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Na, pwede.
Yeah.
For one day, andyan tayo sa Kyoto or 2 days dyan tayo sa Kyoto. Next day, Osaka. Next day, talon-talon lang.
Kobe, Nara.
Yeah. All right. Next question, Mare. Since you are in Japan, in your 1 year stay, how was it?
It was fun. Ano, pero, teka, ang vast ng question, pero di ka kung saan na mag-start.
Sige, start
I am
muna tayo
very
sa ano tol.
mm,
How about yung ano mo, I mean, you finding yourself parang you're finding yourself in Japan muna. So, yung pagdating mo sa
mm,
Japan, so how was it? Like, is any
ah, ah, um, pumunta ako ng Japan, that was October 2019.
mhm.
So, wala pa akong idea about sa seasons, kung anong season ba yun. So, punta ako dun ng autumn. So, I was a bit cold sa breeze. So, nagulat ako, I like this shit. I want to experience this kind of weather where I can wear hoodies in
Yeah,
the
every
middle of the
time.
day. Parang ganun. So, that's the first thing that I thought. Parang ganun. And ito, just to add something different to the question, ano, the food. At
Yun yung
first,
susunod kong tatanong eh. Pero
yeah,
go ahead.
the first thing talaga I didn't like it at first, especially the miso soup,
What did you
tofu,
eat when you first got there?
ramen.
Ramen. Ramen agad.
Ramen is the bomb, bro.
What did you get?
Yeah. It's called tonkotsu ramen. It's a
Sarap
ramen
tong
na
kotse.
color white. Yeah, tonkotsu is the bomb, man.
Sarap, pare.
Yeah, I was
So
head
did
over
you have
heels.
ramen before sa Pilipinas?
Yes.
And how does it differs in Japan?
Eh, ayaw ako magtunog eh. Alam mo yun, yung mga Saudi boys na sabi na, hindi yan ang tunay na shawarma. Ayaw ako magtunog na. No offense to those people. Pero I'm saying na, what? It's very different. The taste is not that savory, but at the same time, it's very uh, tasty. Kasi
Mm,
in the Philippines, we grew up having the savory type of taste buds, maybe, or preferences when it comes to food.
food, yeah.
Pero pero ano yung mga Japanese food kasi when you're new to Japan, medyo bland yung lasa ng mga pagkain. But
Mm.
when it comes to ramen, they bring on their full flavor, especially in tonkotsu. Parang you can taste the sesame seed, even though hindi mo siya nakikita yung pala nakahalo mo sa sabaw or something like that. So parang mapapaisip, paano nila nagawa to? Pero yung hindi ko lang nagustuhan yung i-share ko lang natatawa kasi ako. Nung una kong kumain ng ramen, meron dun parang red na paste. Yung pala
Aha.
kimchi pala yun. Eh, akala ko parang chili sauce. Siyempre, Pinoy nga di ba? So, nilagyan ko yun. Siyempre, kimchi, it's sour and it's spicy. And nilagay ko dun. I regretted it. Pero hindi siya yung first time ko mag-ramen. Parang
Okay.
second time maybe.
Okay. Pero the first
So,
time,
I was
how was it?
surprised. Bro. Yo. It's very nice. Parang, I like it.
Out
Buti
of
nga
this
yung,
world.
I won't say na out of this world na I kind of had the idea na siguro nga masarap to because ramen is very famous around the world. May of course, kahit sa anime, di ba? May mga ramen ganyan.
Aha.
So expected ko na masarap but I didn't expect it na ganun kasarap. Or maybe maganda lang yung ramen shop na
Napuntahan
introduce
mo.
sa akin nung yeah. Pero I have tasted ramen na parang I won't do it again. Not this time. Never again. Bye. See you, Felicia. Parang may mga ganung mga ramen shop. So, it's based on your preferences naman.
Okay.
Kung how you want it. Kasi may mga sobrang thick. Shout out kay thick mama.
thick rose.
I'll mag-name drop.
But it's a rose, pare.
So,
the rose, the bulaklak.
yeah. Nahalata, naka-shorts lang ako eh. Oops, sorry.
It's
Nasa
all,
kwarto ko ako.
all comfy
So,
just place your seat na maging comfortable ka.
And yun, yung ramen, isa pa sa naging favorite food ko. Pero yun, since I'm here for more than a year now, I'm getting kind of tired of it na laging yun na lang. Parang di ko na siya na-crave. Parang I'm leaning towards to something more Japanese na talagang cuisine na maybe I would say na different, not the popular ones. Let's say udon. Udon is like ramen pero thick yung kanyang noodles, but the broth is very
Light.
transparent or light. Yeah, light. That's a better word. Light. And I think it's like diving into the culture. If you will try different food, there will be a time that na mapapapunta na sa Wikipedia page what's the history of this food. Parang it's very colorful, very vivid na marami kang matututunan. So I tried researching about the food every time I taste it or after the meal maybe, or to be more realistic. Sa katulad yung mga okonomiyaki or takoyaki. Takoyaki is very popular kahit sa Philippines. And another thing is, ano pa ba? Marami akong gusto. Unagi, the eel. The eel, you know, eel.
The eel, yeah.
Tapos, parang smoked eel. I love it.
Really, parang binabarbecue. Almost barbecue.
It's sarap, solid.
And they cut it fresh, right?
No, the one that I prefer, I don't want the fresh ones. Gusto ko yung
Okay.
Pero alam mo, the first time that I tried sushi, it was a month, parang within this month ba? Or nitong May lang.
How was it?
It was surprisingly good. Okay. Pero may mga iba't ibang sushi. Yeah, sobrang sarap pala nun, lalo na yung salmon. Salmon with the cheese on top of it. It's very tasty. And I recommend it to everyone. Parang,
because I'm not a sushi lover. Myself, I'm not a sushi lover. I never eaten sushi before. Never.
I can change your mind. Come to Japan and I will change your mind.
I was scared because of the raw meat that was going on inside. And maybe I try it soon and then later. Maybe.
Once you come to Japan, Kasi pareho naman tayo ng thoughts eh. Kaya nga tumagal ako ng isang taon or more before trying it. It's not that I don't want it, but I don't have the opportunity to try it. Kaya yun, nung nagkaroon ng rest day, so maybe I can try with this. So
Got
I tried the one with yung mga parang may conveyor belts. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Mag-order ka lang
I
sa
saw that
tablet.
their story. Story ata or post. Nasa conveyor belt na sumiigot na gano'n.
Uh,
Shit, that's nice.
Parang meron silang tablet. Every restaurant in Japan parang ganun. Puro tablets lang sila na pipinutin mo yung order mo and then
Yun na.
oo nga eh. Tapos pagdating lang siya, kung ano itsura niya sa picture on the tablet or maybe in the computer screen, it's
The same.
exactly the same.
Advertisement is real, pare.
Oo.
Hindi yun yung pagkakita mo sa picture, pagdating sa personal mo, parang walang kwentang pagkain. That's nice.
Natawa ako dati yung merong parang bagong burger ang McDonald's in Japan. It's called the Samurai Mac.
Mhm.
So I was wondering why is it called Samurai Mac? And then when I ordered it, yung bun merong hati sa gitna. So okay, that's it. Samurai. Parang
Cut by a
it's
samurai
funny.
pala.
Parang yung kay Kenshin. Ganun. Parang parang it's funny. Parang it made my day. Parang kasi yung mga McDonald's here may milk. Isa yun sa pinakang sabi ko McDonald's milk. What? There are a lot of things na sa Japan na different. It's very surprising, but it's not thing na matatawa ka. Maybe they did it on purpose or to be different. I don't know, just to cater to a different kind of folks. Maybe.
So before tayo mag-question ulit, merong mga comments dito sa atin. So si James, sabi niya, mamaya mo to sagutin na. Pero sabi niya, asking for a friend, how are the ladies? Yun yung tanong niya. Mamaya natin pag-usapan yan. And then for Rochelle, ang iigop. Sabi niya gano'n, iigop. Ang popogi. Sabi niya, ang pogi. Rochelle. Arigato gozaimashita. Kung tama man pagkaka-pronounce ko. Pero yun, James and Rochelle, hello sa inyo dyan. And sa ating iba pang viewers, and we are live, pare. Yung lahat ng comments nyo, binabasa namin, not in real time, pero once that the perfect opportunity na mabasa namin yun, babasahin namin yan. And going back, pare, it's the food, diba? Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin. So, how was the convenience store over there?
My favorite thing, napaka-convenient, legit. Okay, ganda ng question mo.
Tell us why.
Napagandaan mo ba ito? Kasi,
Tell us why.
Okay, I will try to be broad. Okay, let's say, nalobat ka.
Mm-hmm.
Wala kang charger. Pwede kang bumili dun. And it's legitimate Apple charger or Android charger. And merong saksakan dun sa maupuan. So it's convenient. Let's say, wala kang ballpen, kompleto. Wala kang camera, meron din.
Camera?
Disposable. Yeah! Tapos ano pa? Kailangan bumili ng kunyari, papadala ka Amazon or maybe you're selling a product. Meron dun box na naka-ready na parang dun nilalagay yung product mo so that, isa pa, pwede kang magpadala dun. So it's like LBC.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, pwede kang magpadala ng mga gamit. You're selling something or just for a gift. Para siyang post office. Tapos the food, they're very, depende sa convenience store, but personally, I like Family Mart maybe or Lawson. Better than the food in 7-Eleven. Ang maganda lang sa 7-Eleven is yung variety. Kasi they're big, they're the biggest one. Convenience.
Okay. So, nung nandito ka pa sa Pilipinas, tol, nabutan mo yung Lawson doon sa Lorica side?
No, I think nabutan ko. Hindi ko lang maalala kung ano yun.
Yeah, kasi tatanungin sana kita is the difference between the Lawson in the Philippines and the Lawson in Japan. It's the food. Kasi yun na naman nagkakatalo eh. Yung food, kasi yung variety of the things that they sell, alam naman natin kasi, the Philippines is catering Filipino people and the Japanese were catering Japanese people. So, in terms of food, how was it?
mga convenience stores
I
ba?
mean,
Or
yeah, sa convenience store.
okay. So, yung mga convenience store ano yun, sobrang parang well-made, parang ano siya, parang i-int mo na lang and pwede kang bumili ng spaghetti and in different cuisines. Parang
Mhm.
may mga Italian food pa doon. So, the convenience store dito, kumpleto yung, I think, in my perspective, I think they're enough. If you're craving for something, they have burgers, fried stuff, or fried squid. So, medyo mahal lang. But once you get, parang ano na, parang nasanay ka na yung na ganito pa talaga presyo nila. So, I think it's very yummy, flavorful. Parang meron nga, pwede kang bumili ng pad thai dito eh. So,
Talaga?
Thailand food, yeah. Dami, pati yung pero syempre, walang mga Filipino food. Everywhere I go, wala talaga mga Filipino food. Kahit saan
Mhm.
na pumunta.
Yun
Yeah,
nga, and
that's
so
it.
the question that I have is, ikaw, 'di ba, usually us Filipinos will crave
Mm.
for food that we have like the Filipino food. Do you cook it yourself there, or there's no Filipino
Ah,
shop as you say, 'di ba?
ang hirap magluto ng adobo, lalo na pag iba kasi yung toyo dito. The soy sauce here, very, it's very like sweet. No. Parang hindi siya ganun ka alat.
Mm.
Hindi ko ma-explain. So,
Iba yung
every time I
soy
cook
sauce
adobo,
nila.
iba yung soy sauce nila, yeah. So, ano, natatry ko lang ng mga Filipino food, mga nabibili ko sa mga Pinoy store. Nakapunta pa ako ng Osaka minsan just to
Mhm.
buy it.
Wow,
Mga, para lang bumili sardinas, legit. Kasi namimiss ko yun,
grabe.
yung ligo. Tapos yung mga sardinas pa dito, na ligo. Hindi siya made in the Philippines, made in Thailand pa siya. Kasi apparently, yung ligo pala is Thailand company, I think. Hindi ko alam.
Mhm.
So, surprising. And yung mga food, wala ditong sisig na try na ako dito.
Sa
Okay,
ano,
swabe din.
how was the sisig?
Mm. Swabe din. Kaso hindi naman, Pilipino ang nagluto eh. Kaya alam mo yun.
Kaya alam mo yung
Filipino
lasang
ingredients.
Pilipinas.
Swabe din. Swabe din.
Okay, next, the amazed things na nakikita mo or nagawa mo na dyan sa Japan.
Ah, I can start with the hobbies that I recently learned.
Go,
First is the
go, go.
fishing. Yeah, fishing. Sobrang, ang gastos para ng fishing, man. You have to buy the
Yung,
bait, yung pampabigat pa, ang dami.
yung
So,
rod
the,
itself.
yung rod, sobrang mahal when it comes to yung mga brands pa, may mga Shimano and stuff. So, yun, masaya siya every time na fishing itself is very fun, but to catch a fish, that's a different story. You have to be patient and you need to know the right spot for you to find a fish.
Mhm.
I think masaya. Medyo time consuming lang, and you need to have the proper skill for you to know how to prepare the bait and the string and the weight the weight thing in order
Mhm.
for it to float, parang ganun. Another hobby that I learned is film photography. Medyo magas din siya kasi
O kasi film.
mm,
Yung film, bibili mo
pero
pa.
I like it. I
Pero
like it
uso
kasi
pa rin pala ang
mm,
film dyan na talagang they making still films
mm,
instead of
mm,
like using the digital cameras na to.
yeah. Ang malap
Oh.
ang malapit pa nun, 'di ba, napag-usapan natin si convenience store. You can send the film through them. Tapos isend na
Sila
lang sa bahay
maggamit.
mo yung isasend
Wow.
sa'yo yung tapos
Yung,
meron yung QR code na nandun yung digital copies. So you
ah,
have the yeah, parang 'di ba? Convenience
astig.
store nga legit eh. So,
Astig ang pucha.
kaya kunyari yung film mo tapos na ilalagay mo siya sa isang pouch and then you will ship it to some camera operating company or something. Search mo na sa internet and then yun, maybe few days after you have your film developed and you have the digital copy as well, di ba? And yun, um, amazing things. The train,
Train. Yan. Kamusta ang train, pre?
wala kang excuse kunyari meron kang date or imi-meet up. Alam nila kung anong oras ka dadating kasi dapat kunyari pag sinabi mo na late ka kasi may problema yung train, they won't buy it. Parang hindi ka na maniniwala. Kasi may app or train system or maybe kahit nga Google Maps malalaman mo kung anong oras ka dadating talaga dun sa
Aha.
destination mo. As in,
Pucha.
walang ano,
Walang
on the
palya.
same minute, walang palya yun, man. Kasi may nabas, kunyari, for example, I'll meet someone in Osaka, parang
Hmm.
just to hang out.
Ilang minutes? Ilang
And,
minutes yung train ride from Kyoto to Osaka?
ano, if you're going to take the bullet train, which is crazy, kasi ba't ka po mag-bullet train medyo malapit lang naman. It's very expensive, pero pag mag-bullet train, maybe 15 minutes maybe.
Ah.
Pero pag yung normal lang, 1 hour. 1 hour,
Okay.
pinakamatagal na yun. Pero pag bullet train, syempre, ang bilis nun. Pero ang mahal nun,
Nakasakay ka na
parang,
ng bullet train?
no man. Ang
Ah.
mahal kasi tol, para kang nag-aeroplano, kunyari pupunta ka ng Tokyo.
Okay.
Parang, mas mura pa
Parang
siguro
aeroplano na
mag-aeroplano
yung...
ka.
Aha.
Oo.
Pero by
Ang mahal
land
kasi
lang.
talaga yun. Mm.
Got you. Okay.
Pati, yun.
Go ahead.
Yun nga, yung train, may nabasa ako na talagang sobrang accurate ng time nila. And may time daw na parang nagkaroon ng delay. Parang binigyan lahat ng mga tao sa loob ng train ng parang certificate so they can show their boss why they're late.
Oh.
Oo, parang ganun. Parang,
Ganun,
kasi
lupit.
the Japanese people, parang they value time na bawal ka late ng kahit isang
Mm.
minuto. Ganyan. They will feel bad about it. Parang, shit, I might as well resign.
Oo,
May mga ganong
ganun.
thoughts eh. Parang,
Tangina.
ganun yung ano nila, ganun yung
Maramdamin.
conviction.
Mga
Oo.
maramdamin talaga masyado.
When it comes to time lang naman, pero on other topics, they're not that sensitive.
Mhm.
Mm.
Wow. Did you experience na ma-delay like that or never pa?
I haven't. Parang nangyari lang yun, parang 5 years ago, parang
Wow.
na-headline pa yun.
Shit. So,
na-headline pa yun
tagal na pala
sa news.
talaga.
Oo.
Hindi siya yung a normal thing. Parang sa Pilipinas kasi dito, parang pag nakasiraan yung trend, normal lang.
Sa
may
MRT,
mararasang
madalas ko pang
may mararasang ka kaagad eh. Okay.
Pero
So, may nag-comment dito si Noel. Masingit ko lang.
okay.
Sabi ni Noel dito, hirap manood, nag-i-English. Sabi niya, mahirap na manood, nag-i-English raw. Ganun talaga, tol. Ayun o. Shit. That's a card.
MRT.
Akala ko, tangina, card ng Japan. Sabi ko, ba't parang pamilyar? Ba't pamilyar
Hindi
yung
makita.
Ayun, nakita ko. Parang pamilyar.
Nadala
Sabi
ko.
ko, ba't ganun? May single journey. Ba't puta, MRT pala. Gagi.
Yeah, but I can show you the
Sige. So, habang si Ralph dyan, sa ating mga viewers dyan, no, paki-like at paki-share naman itong stream natin. And this is the Lions Podcast with the Living in Japan series. So, tatlo yung kakausapin natin. Isa would be Ralph right now is Filipino worker that is in Japan. Pangalawa is a Filipino that is migrated to Japan. And the third would be a Filipino worker na nakapangasawa ng Japanese. So, ito muna tayo sa worker. No? The worker. And Ralph is back. With
student as well.
And a student. And the teacher of the fashion industry.
What? Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Okay, asan yung mo, Ralph? Yung papakita mo?
This is the card. Para siyang, basta may ganito ko, kompleto na to. Pwede mo siyang gamitin sa bus. Pwede mo siyang gamitin sa train.
Parang beep card.
Parang beep card. Train, bus, and also convenience store. You can buy things. Pero, kasi puro cards dito parang like this. In 7-Eleven, you will, parang dito mo mapupunta yung mga kailangan mo bilhin. Pwedeng dito na ipambayad mo so that parang mabilis ba? Parang wala nang linya-linya ganun.
Tsaka wala nang cash basis or what?
Parang ilalagay mo lang siya pag kunya bibili kayo
tap
or
pay.
What.
Lupit. Okay, next stall is the vendo machines. Tell us about the vendo machines.
Yeah. So yun sa mga favorite ko. Yung phone ko minsan, puno na siya ng picture ng mga ibang vending machine kasi kakaiba. One time nakakita ko ng vending machine na nagdi-dispense ng tinapay. So, I had to take a picture of it. Parang ganun. Gusto ko i-compile Kinakapit kasi ito pinakang crazy sa lahat. Merong nagde-dispense ng mask. Tapos meron ding, ano, pinaka nagulat ako sa gulay yung gulay.
Yung gulay
Parang
meron din.
meron, gulay, fresh na gulay, kunyari, carrots, and
Ay, ano
mga
weird.
turnips, or mga ganun, labanos and stuff.
Oh,
And
wow.
maybe every single day, di ko na naabutan kung paano nila nilalagay yun. Pero,
Mga maybe
mm,
nire-refill every
mm,
day para
mm,
to keep it fresh and
mm.
simple. Kasi syempre, yun nga, wala naman katulad dyan na parang sari-sari store. And yung convenience store ba, is it far from your place or what?
Convenience store, parang, kasi I recently moved eh. Yung
Mm.
dati kong bahay, near Fashimi Inari, parang 30 steps away from 7-Eleven. So, I miss that
Mm.
place.
Pero
Pero,
yung ngayon,
ngayon, medyo malayo ng konti, parang 2 blocks.
aha. Pero may
Parang,
may
kunwari,
vendo around the area.
sa labas ng bahay ko meron. Oo, puro
Ah,
kape and juice.
ay, butya. Siguro kasi pag may mga parang I think that usually kaya may mga vendo machines yung mga neighborhoods or states na sobrang daming tao, na alam nilang sobrang daming tao na tatayo nila yun doon para it is convenient for them not to
Ah,
go to other places na parang sige, dito na yung vendo machine dyan na lang.
I kind of disagree kasi hindi naman matao dito sa Kyoto.
Yo, some,
Pero, pero, yung iba kasi nilagay nila sa very remote places eh. Even though na
talaga?
ano eh. I swear, parang just to say na you're in Japan, parang vending machine should be all around the country, even though it's a remote place. Parang, I don't know, just for the hell of it, just put it there and wala, you
Bahala
will
na kung
generate
kumita.
money. Oh,
Bahala na kung kumita.
exactly. Yeah.
Iwan na lang natin to dito. Bahala to kung
Mm.
kumita. Tignan ko na lang araw-araw. Pero, okay. So, and next, one of my last two questions would be, first is the people. Kamusta yung mga tao dyan?
Generally, I would say that they're kind, but you cannot uh, tell for sure if they're just being kind because you're a foreigner.
Mhm.
Kasi you cannot predict what's on their mind. Eh. Kailangan mo
True.
ring you need to ask, but they cannot pala. I mean, they cannot get along well with foreigners kasi they always think na you don't know the language
Mhm.
or maybe it will be a waste of time if you will conversate with them. Parang ganun.
Na yung parang tinatry
Pero
mong may pag-usap, tapos sabi nila, tayo na 3 oras na, hindi pa rin kami nakapag-usap na
mm,
matino dito.
kaya ano, kaya but for the record, I'd never met someone na sobrang rude,
Okay.
sobrang mayabang na tao. Parang ang babait nila. You can say good morning, you can say ohayo gozaimasu to random people at random times.
Mhm.
Parang nakakatuwa. Parang the first time that I've greeted someone, parang 3 days pa lang ako dito. So I tried it. Parang nabasa ko sa internet, parang pwede daw ako mag-ohayo gozaimasu. So tinry ko muna yung matanda. Putang na, kahit magmukha akong tanga. Ohayo gozaimasu. Biglang nagsumaya sa akin, nag-ohayo gozaimasu. So my heart overglowed.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
the first
oh,
step, 'di ba? Parang yun yung
yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
step in
Mm-hmm.
realizing your confidence kasi syempre you have to talk. Kahit alam mo na yung language, kahit naman I mean
Mm.
dito rin sometimes English it's a very hard thing to say kasi syempre you got your thoughts going on but the actually how you say it is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
different. Parang
yeah.
you say good
You,
morning to them.
yeah, deep in our stomachs, we have that Filipino roots pa rin, di ba? Parang,
Parang the way of
if,
our greeting iba pa rin. Tapos tinatranslate natin
yeah.
sa ibang language. Plus
Mm-hmm.
iba pala yung turn around, iba pala yung nasasabi natin in reality.
Tapos,
And we'd
tapos,
mess it up.
tapos na-share ko lang yung ano. I recently dated a girl and then she asked me one time na sabi sa akin, what's mabuhay? Is it something that the Filipino people use every day? I was like, where did you learn that? Parang siguro sa mga ano, sabi ko, ang pagkaka-explain ko sa kanya, ito yung parang long live, parang ano siya, para siyang sinasabi natin just to be cheerful or something,
Uh-huh.
pero we don't use it in
In,
everyday
in, in
situation, di ba?
every si- yeah,
Kaya
every situation, hindi natin sinasabi
kaya
yan.
kaya sabi ko nagulat ako, paano nalaman nito yun? Parang shit, parang you don't say mabuhay when you first thing that you kunyari first thing that you woke up in the morning you say mabuhay you won't say mabuhay you won't
Long
say
live.
if someone if you if you finished work or you're happy about something you won't say mabuhay naman parang ganun parang is sense of nationalism I think
Oo. Pero hindi
pero
siya
yun
tuloy.
ang hirap i-explain hindi ko ma-explain sa kanya na ano ba talaga yung mabuhay kahit ako parang what
So
that's a good
siguro
question but I cannot
nag-search siya
answer
ng
it.
translation, no? Usually mga ganyan eh.
Ito.
Siguro baka nag-search
Mm,
siya ng parang, oh, how do you say,
mm,
parang, ano ba? Ano yung sinasabing gambate? Parang ganon.
yan, gambate. Yeah, gambate.
Parang ganon,
It's like
ganon term. Yeah, di ba?
do your
Parang,
best, parang
do
ganun.
your best. Eh, syempre
Mm,
sa Pilipino, hindi mo natin sinasabi, oh, sige, galingan mo ha, mga ganyan.
oo.
Oh,
Pero hindi natin sinasabi mabuhay.
oo,
Mabuhay
parang
ka.
mabuhay, mga ganyan. Hindi natin, siguro nag-search yun ng translation, tapos yung
Mm,
mabuhay yung
mm,
unang lumabas.
oo.
Uy. Pero yun nga, syempre sa atin din naman, in terms of you saying in Japanese and me saying in English, iba yung parang gusto nating iparating. Especially the jokes. The jokes is really very big. Ang hirap
Yeah.
mag-joke like, in other language. Kasi hindi nila
Mm,
nagigets eh. Ako, tangina, ilang beses ko trinay, pre, nag-translate ako to English joke. Tangina, di talaga nila makuha. Sabi ko, shit. Alam mo,
oh,
syempre din
no.
sa atin, di ba, konting, kahit
Oh.
katinginan lang, pre, nagkakatawanan na tayo eh. Tinginan pa lang yun ha. Turuan pa lang yun. Natatawa na tayo. Paano pa kaya how do you translate that into your language?
Makikita mo pa lang yung mukha ng tropa mo, matatawa ka na. Ano.
Tuturo mo
Shit,
pa
I
nga
miss
lang,
that
pre.
feeling.
Tuturo mo pa lang.
Oo.
Gaganin mo lang mata. Gaganin mo lang ng mata. Alam, okay,
Mm.
gaganin mo lang ng ulo. Alam mo na kung ano yung pinag-uusapan eh. Pero yun, uh, so sa tanong ni James, how was the ladies?
They're generally shy.
Mm-hmm.
Ano bang gusto niyong itanong? The
I don't
physique,
know
the facade?
I don't know. I don't know about James, pero yun ang tanong niya, how are the ladies? So siguro, kung ako magtatanong, so how was the interaction with the ladies, the Japanese ladies over there?
Parang they will never, you can date someone for 4 months and wala ka marireceive na I love you. It's a normal thing to them. I don't think it's easy for them to say it. Parang ganun.
Mm.
Parang,
Parang
but,
hindi
but
nila
you guys are
ibibigay.
dating.
Hindi nila ibibigay
Yeah,
agad-agad yung I
but-
love you na yan.
But they're up for cuddling. Parang ano, boyfriend, girlfriend stuff.
Okay.
Pero hindi
Clingy
siya like
sila.
expressive through
Clingy.
words.
Yeah.
I would say that kasi iba-iba naman. But in my experience, in my experience, pag nagka-girlfriend ka ng Japanese, minsan okay lang kahit di kayo mag-text
Usap.
araw-araw eh.
Okay.
Like di kayo mag-usap. Parang they understand it kasi you're working, maybe you're busy,
You're doing
or
something.
you're studying, yeah, parang ganun. And hindi, di ba, may mga ganun sa Pinas na pag hindi lang nag-reply, minsan magbe-break na, di ba? So,
Nakina mo, di mo ako kinausap kahapon, bahala ka sa buhay mo.
but there's a double-edged sword with that kasi minsan, di mo alam, wala na pala kayo. Ganyan. Di nila minsan
Okay.
sasabihin, you
Yeah,
get ghosted and stuff, yeah. But parang that's their nature. I need to adapt.
Cope
and,
up with them.
Okay. And move on. Parang ganun, okay. So, the dating life here, I don't know if I will spill any details about it kasi medyo, right now I'm feeling happy, but
Mhm.
yeah, but
So-
that's how the Japanese people, yeah.
So since that you are with some foreign people over there, how
Mhm.
was the interaction? I mean, kasi 'di ba, you came from different countries and how did you met them and how was the situation?
Yeah, most of my friends here, they're not Japanese and they're not Filipino.
Mhm.
Most of them are from other parts of the world. Karamihan mga Europeans, pero most of them mga students sa language schools and universities taking PhD or something. I think it's very refreshing for me as a person knowing different cultures kahit nasa lugar ka na
Oo.
iba rin ang culture. Parang both of the people that you're dealing with shares the same sentiment when it comes to Japan. Parang, this is new. This is something that this is not what I used to live for. Parang di ka ganito nasanay.
Hindi
Parang
ganyan
ganun. Parang,
lumaki. Parang ganun, no?
yeah, parang ganun yung, ano eh, ganun yung parang naging bond. So, I had a lot of friends na nakikilala ko. Parang, minsan nalulungkot na lang ako, oh, puta, umuwi na pala si ano nung ano. Kunyari, Belgium. Parang ganun. Puta, parang, shit. Parang sino kayong kakajamin ko minsan.
Oo.
Kasi, yun.
Yun yung
Kasi I like
mga...
hanging out. Mm.
kasi nakita ko na, kahit di naman sa Pilipinas, you love hanging out with people.
Mm.
And it
Mm.
really affects you as a person. You want to go out and experience new things. And the partying,
Tapos minsan,
ano yung, ano
yun.
natin? Ano yung pinagkaiba when you're
Ah,
dealing with foreign people?
okay. Bago ko sagutin yan, sabihin ko muna yung ano.
Go.
Minsan nagugulat na lang ako, kunyari umalis. Bumalik sa country nila. Minsan naisip, tanga na, di nagpainom yun ah. Siyempre Pinay, di ba? Parang matanggap ko na yung text, yeah.
I just
Hey,
got home.
Raru. Yeah, parang, I just boarded on a flight. Holy shit, you didn't tell me. The fuck, man?
Okay.
Hindi mo lang
Weird,
painom,
weird.
despedida, parang gano'n.
Trauma mo na di kasi sinabihan na umalis na.
Pero nagsasabi naman sila, I'm just
Yeah.
getting parang ano,
Iba lang
Filipino
yung
shit.
ano. Iba lang yung
Painom ka naman.
bringing sa atin. Parang, aalis ka na, wala akong inom? Ganun.
Oo, di ba? Parang gano'n. Painom ka naman. Hassle ka po eh. Parang ganun.
So yun, ano ba yung question ko kanina? It's the partying. What was the nightlife there with your friends?
Hindi ako masyado nagna-nightlife, mukha lang kasi once I do, posted lang my story pero
Yeah.
it's not a regular thing for me. Pero I think
what is the
fun.
difference?
It's fun. Hindi siya, I prefer the setting where you will just vibe to music, not the electronic type where you can dance. I want the chill type of partying. Kasi
Kopya.
dito, maraming ano to eh, parang this city, Kyoto, they're very, parang roots nila talaga yung art. So, there are very, parang may mga contemporary places where they're focusing on art and different, kunyari, there's a party about staring at colorful things, and that's what you do for the next 2 hours. Parang it's kind of weird, but I appreciate the artsy people here. Parang sobrang wide ng ano nila, ng understanding
Perception.
about things, how they see things, how they put themselves in someone's or something's parang soul into it.
Okay.
I learned a lot from them. Parang they're very open-minded, critical about things. Na ganito, why is this trash can looking at me that way? Parang that way. Parang what? Ewan ko, parang, may mga thoughts na mapapaisip ko na lang din. Parang dinadala ko nila sa world nila kasi that's how they understand things and they question everything. Ganun yung mga people na I hang out with, not just the party animal people.
Okay.
Parang gusto ko, parang I won't waste time on someone that will just go to a club or bar, dance around, meet women, and that's all. Parang
you want to enjoy.
How I do shit.
Yeah. That's not how you enjoy things in your part.
Yeah, I want to learn. I want to discover things on my own. Yeah.
Okay, this is my last question before we go to the fast talk. And
yeah.
So, what can you tell about our viewers if they want to go to Japan?
Gan ba that good side?
What does mean?
Please do your best. Never give up.
Please.
Okay. Yeah. Parang ganun minsan natatawa na lang ako every time na may problema. Parang sinasabi ng Japanese people to other Japanese people na gambate. Okay, parang napaka-general na yun. Parang siguro yun parang mabuhay. Parang and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But,
okay.
So yeah, I think if I can change the question, how would you parang kung pwede ko lang baguhin yung tanong mo na
Go,
kung
go.
paano, kung gusto mong pupunta ng Japan, I want the question to be like, how will you overcome about things like heartache in order for you to convert it into something fruitful, like going to a different country.
Go,
I
go.
think the I think the best way is by learning within yourself what are your comfort zone, what comfort zones rather, what are your deepest fear. Parang you need to learn it. You need to learn how how you think, how you um how do you say this? It's in Japanese. Parang gato. May sasabi kasi na terms in Japanese na mono no aware. It's like how you look at a certain thing beautifully, even though na it's not conventionally beautiful in other
Parang you
eyes.
have to
Parang ganun.
think positive. Parang ganon.
Yeah, and first, yeah, you have to think positive. You need to love yourself, and you need to know your limits, and also you need to um find happiness whenever you are. Parang if you will easily give up on something, I don't think that you will be able to move to a different country. Kasi
Mhm.
if you always give up, parang
Wala. No?
parang ano
Nada.
ba, parang nada. Chigaw. I'm not in the right. I'm not in the right state of mind to answer those kind of deep questions. Maybe mamaya pag alas tres na ng madaling araw, but maybe you're already
It's okay. It's
medyo
okay.
tuma
It's all fine. It's all fine. At least you answered
yeah.
it. The questions very clear and very precise. So now we go to the last part, which is the fast talk. You ready ka ba, Tol, sa fast talk?
As long as I won't hurt anyone or
Hindi,
anybody.
wala naman to. It's a light
Yeah.
question. You can say the best that you got. Answer it one or two. Ikaw bahala. Okay,
Okay.
so start tayo. Would be skateboard or bike?
I like biking
Okay, walking with friends or alone?
alone.
Food or foods that you want. Food that you want.
Right now, maybe
Mm.
udon or ramen, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, music
Sushi.
that you
Yeah.
listen to.
Oh shit, that's very general. Right now I'm listening to hip hop and shoegaze.
Places that you want to go.
Bruges,
What's that?
Bruges, and
Saan yun?
I think Bruges is in Belgium.
Ah,
I'm not sure.
okay.
No, Bruges is in. I'm not sure. Pero
Okay.
napanood ko kasi yung favorite film ko kasi yung In Bruges. So I want to
Ah.
go to that place. Yeah,
So,
in Bruges. It's in Europe,
okay. Other countries that you want to go.
Netherlands, and
Netherlands.
also um, Russia,
Ah,
especially in Surgut. Yeah,
Russia. The
yeah.
motherland. Okay, and hobbies that you want to start.
What? Come again?
Hobbies na gusto mong simulan.
Oh, okay. I wanna learn the violin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And if you go back in time, ano yung moment or ano yung situation na yun?
Shit, you already know the answer, bro.
I know. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know. I don't want to dig well
uh,
into something. Pero yun na. We
uh,
knew it. We knew it. Okay, and last
mm,
would be the message for our viewers before we go.
yeah, I love you all. And no shit. Yeah. And please love yourself more than anyone else. Because that will be the start of well being. And
Yeah.
please follow your heart, your soul. Follow what you and don't depend on what others think. Just do your
Totoo.
thing.
Totoo.
Stop comparing yourself to someone. Stop
Totoo.
comparing yourself to me
Mm.
or to this guy that is talking behind the mic. Yeah. Tama ba?
Kabila.
Baligtad.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot of things to say, but I won't say that I'm a wise person because I'm still young and I still have a lot of things to learn. And I think the world is a very beautiful place and we need to take care of it. So reduce your plastic wastes and maligo ka pag kailangan mo para magka-chicks ka. Yun lang.
And I thank you. And yun na nga.
Yeah.
And doon na natatapos ang ating episode 9 with the Living in Japan per series, 3 series, and this is the first part. And again with Rarufu Senpai, Ralph, Cabañeros, and this is Jay, and we will see you again next week. We will make it Sunday, 11 a.m. dahil yung ating kasama available lang 11 a.m. And this is again Jay, and that's Ralph. Tama ba dito? Dito. 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 Yan, yan, yan. Ito si Ralph. Mag-i-inject na yan. Blood in his veins. We will see you again next week. Good night or good morning, and bye-bye to you all.